Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Tashawn here, and I'm back with another haul. And this one is for Super Tarts, and this was a pre-order for the citrus and floral categories. I placed my order on August 20th, and I did receive it on October 12th. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I have is a sample, and it's Grey's Anatomy, and this is from the coffee category. And this one is XS Bucks Coffee, Vanilla Ice Cream, Creamy Pecan Pie. So S Bucks, if you know, for those who are not familiar, is Starbucks. And I do believe I have this in my collection already from when I ordered from the coffee category previously. This one is creamy. You definitely get that creaminess from the pecan pie and the ice cream. But you get that nuttiness from the pecans. And to me, the coffee is giving me more like a latte. It's not really like strong coffee. But this one smells really good. I do like this blend. This is delicious. And then we have our little baby clamshell. So for this particular pre-order, Brandy had the option of full band bags or clamshells. I know she did a live in the group one day, and she pretty much mentioned that they, you know, we're probably going to be leaning towards going away from doing the clamshells with, you know, supplies and stuff like that being hard to come by and things. And just with so many issues with, you know, the vendors in general due to the pandemic. However, I do notice that the last couple of pre-orders that she had, she did offer them in clamshells. So I'm not exactly sure when the half band bags will come back around. So the clamshells are $4.70, and the half band bags are $8.25. I like the half band bags because for me personally, I feel like if I get a clam of something and I know I'm going to like it, 9 times out of 10, if I'm not familiar with this, I'll get like one clamshell. I may test the waters and get 2. But to me, I feel like that's still not enough. Like, I can use up one clamshell in, like, you know, one sitting of melting. I have 8 warmers in my home. So, for me, I feel like I would go through the clamshells quicker. Whereas, with the band bags, or the half band bags, I feel like you're getting more than, like, you are getting more than what's in the clamshell. And I feel like that, you know, goes a little bit longer. But the price point is a little bit more than what the clamshells will be. So, everybody has their own preference as to what they prefer and the variation of what they, you know, purchase in terms of their wax. Me, I prefer the band bags and the half band bags. I do enjoy that. Clamshells are nice, but like I said, you know, I find myself going through those faster. And a lot of times if I just get one and when I use it up, it's like, oh man, I should have bought more of that. Whereas if I have a band bag, because of the way the pieces are cut on a band bag, I can, you know, depending on the warmer that I'm using, if it's a smaller warmer, I can cut those pieces in half and, you know, stretch the pieces that way. Whereas when I use a clam, it's 1 or 2 clams depending on the size of warmer, or also it depends on how strong the scent is for me. So if it's a blend that's generally on the lighter side, I may use 2 clamshells. Something that's super strong, I'm using 1 clamshell. And sometimes not one clamshell, 1 chunk, or 1 cube. I'm all over the place. So let's restate that again, because I know people were like, what? So if I have a clamshell, I usually use 1 or 2 cubes. Now, depending on how super strong that particular blend is, you might be able to take 1 cube and cut that cube in half and split it between 2 warmers. But it's all depending on what space you're putting that wax and how big the warmer is and things like that. So there's many variables as to determine how you know, cut your cubes when you're using a clamshell. Everyone is different. So for me, I usually do 1 or 2. And with the band bags, depending on how big it is, I may use 1 or I may cut it up, you know, into 2 pieces and split it between 2 warmers. So to me, I feel like you get a little bit more leeway with the half band bags and the band bags. And then you're not, you know, looking to always, you know, feel like you need to like always constantly go in and place an order. Like, I feel like these will last you a little bit longer than the clamshells. And then it's also, you kind of have to figure out what you want too, because especially when Brandy does the pre-orders, because she does it in alphabetical order in scent category. If you don't pick your scent blends up at that particular moment, you may not see them come back around again until they circle back to the beginning of the list, depending on where it's at in the list. So you may not see something come back again until next year, unless she does a restock. Now, the restocks, she's been specifically announcing special, you know, like days. Like, on this date, we're going to do a restock of the website or what have you. So, she does do that occasionally. But more often than not, it's a pre-order. And like I said, if you don't get what you want, and if you don't stock up on your favorites, you may not see that come back around until next year sometime. So for me, getting the band bags and the half bands work for me in terms of what I need and my needs in terms of my wax. So just a little bit of background on that. So let's move along. Enough ranting, and let's talk about the wax. So I did get 6 half band bags, and I got 2 full band bags. And the first one that I got is Quince Harpoon. And, excuse me. Oh, sorry guys. Got a little choky there, sorry. So with the band bags, Brandy does not put the scent notes on the band bags. I know she used to in the past. I don't know why she stopped putting the scent notes on the band bags. I don't have a reasoning for you for that, unfortunately. But I do know she used to put them on previously. I don't know if it was because, you know, due to supply and demand and things like that, you know, not being able to, once the pandemic hit, you know, they had a team that worked with them. And once the pandemic hit, they basically had to let that team go for the most part. And it's just Brandy and her husband who are actually pouring the wax and things like that. So I would imagine that due to shortage of workers that they had working with them, that they had to make some adjustments to what they did. And maybe that is one of the reasons why the scent notes are no longer on the labels, because of course, you know, with printing a label, you know, to put the name on it, it takes nothing for you to just type up the name and say bing, bang, boom, there you go. But to print up labels and have to put the scent notes for each of them, I can imagine that would take a little bit of time to do. And so for me, when I get my stuff and I see things that don't have scent notes on them, I just look the scent notes up and I put my own label on it. So, you know, who knows? The future could always change, and she could start back putting the scent notes on things later on when, you know, the climate in terms of, you know, having enough people to, you know, come on board and help them. And, you know, when it comes to supplies and things like that, maybe that's something that she would, you know, bring back. But until she does, you know, or until that happens, I just write my scent notes down myself. So, and it's easier for me because I like to know what's in my wax. And I figure if I put a label on it, I can just, you know, go through my wax and be like, oh, what's this blend again? And just turn it over and I see what I have written down. So for this one, like I said, it's Quince Harpoon. And this is sea salt, ozone, seagrass, plum, pear, and orange. And this is from the citrus category. I do wish that she could have been able to keep the labels that she did on the clamshells, where like all of her all of Brandy's blends are in reference to some type of movie or TV show or what have you. And the labels that she would put on there were so much more descriptive in terms of, like, you know, she would have pictures and, you know, it would, like, let's just say, for instance, a movie reference. She would have, like, the picture on there that would kind of correspond with that. But I've heard that due to, like, copyright issues and things like that, that's why she had to change her labels, which I get it. I understand that. You know, you don't want to be tied up in legal things because of a label or whatnot. So, you know, but I wasn't around at the time when she was doing that. I came on board in the wax community last October, so I kind of missed all of that. But it's nice seeing people who still have some of that stuff in their collection when they post or when they talk about her blends, and, you know, I get to see the labels that way. So I get to live vicariously through you guys who were able to have those pretty decorative labels, and when she used to decorate the clams with embeds and things like that, I get to live through you guys. So, you know, who knows, like I said, later on down the line, she may start to incorporate, you know, more decorative things on the clamshells and things like that. You never know what can happen once, you know, hopefully, you know, at some point we get back to some type of normalcy. But until then, you know, it's understandable, you know, things happen, and, you know, a lot has changed these past, you know, almost 2 years. So I get it. I understand it. But it's, like I said, it's nice to see it. And, you know, one can only hope that maybe some of those things that she used to do, that she's able to bring back, that she will, you know, do that. So just a, you know, a thought. So this one, it's so good. It's very citrusy. I get that, sea salt. I was going to say salty sea air. I get that sea salt. I get the fruity notes from, like, the plum and the pear. It's a, what am I trying to say? Bear with me, guys. I'm still trying to wake up. It's very fresh. I do get, like, a little bit of a green note from that seagrass. This is very nice. I do like this blend. And I'm looking forward to melting it. And let's see. And this is a pretty deep blue and a light, like, lime green colored wax. So something like this, depending on my warmer, I would put this whole thing in the warmer, or I could cut this in half. So, and each of the pieces are cut differently. So you would just, you know, once you pull out your pieces, you would be able to determine, like, do I really need a full piece? And blends like this one is a very strong scent on cold. You know, sometimes less is more. So, you know, it's all basically your preference of what you are looking for in terms of your melting. And, you know, of course, you can make the determination yourself of how you want to melt things. So this one is Venkman, and I love this because, like, Ghostbusters was one of my favorite movies. So I like this one. I think that's really why I picked this one up. Like, the scent notes were great, but I really picked it up because of the name, because of the movie. And this one is Satsuma, lemon, lime, and sweet berries. And this one also falls under the citrus category as well. Oh, Satsuma is so good. It's like, it's fresh. You get that sweetness from the berries. It's crisp. That lemon and lime just adds to the Satsuma. Those citrusy notes blend so well together. It's juicy. It's like when you cut open the citrus fruits, how that juice just squirt out at you. And you're like, oh my God, I'm making a mess. Like, juice is getting everywhere. This is delicious. Satsuma, I love Satsuma. Anything that got Satsuma in it, I love it. It's just so good. And as you can see, this one is a smaller cube. So I wouldn't have to cut this one in half. I would put this one in my warmer. And I think these half band bags are about 6 ounces, I believe, I think. I know her full bams are about 10 ounces. And even though, like, when she lists the ounces and stuff on the website, 9 times out of 10, if you was to put this actually on a scale, it would be a little bit more or so, depending on, you know, what's in what you have. So sometimes you get more than what they actually list in terms of the ounces, which is fine. So this one is Valkyrie. And this is Tangerine, Rosemary Cognac, Fizzy Peach Tonic, and Neroli Blossom. So I definitely get the Tangerine. I pick up on the Fizzy very strongly. Oh, that rosemary in the background is so beautiful. It's like that freshness of that herb. Very herbaceous. And that neroli blossom is just so good. It's almost giving you like a soft floral as well in the background. Oh, this is good. This is almost giving me like I'm at the bar and I asked for this drink vibe, or this particular drink. And they have like the neroli blossoms on the side of my glass as garnishment. Oh, this smells so good. And this one, come on, focus, is like a white wax and an aqua blue wax. Then we have Rocky Heart, and this one is from the Fright Night collection. Excuse me. Oh, sorry, guys. And I think I failed to mention, Valkyrie is also from the citrus category. Rocky Heart is from the floral category, but it also falls under Fright Night. So whenever she does her Fright Night collection, this one is part of the Fright Night collection. I did order this in the Fright Night collection in clams. So I just picked up some more. And this is white pumpkin, sea salt, teakwood, fern, lilac, and agave. And like I said, this is the part of the floral category. Oh, wow. You definitely get the teakwood. I get the teakwood first. Like, I get a little bit of like a masculine note from that teakwood. I can pick up on the pumpkin. Not like pumpkin puree, but like you took a fresh pumpkin and like cut the pumpkin open. You get that saltiness from the sea salt. You get the green note from the fern and the floral aspect from the lilacs. This is beautiful. And you get just a tad bit of sweetness from the agave, just a touch. This is so beautiful. If this was a body butter, I definitely would be like buying containers of this because this smells amazing. It's very pretty. And even though the teakwood is in here and the teakwood is giving a little bit of a masculine vibe, I would wear this. Like this, this is something that would give me more like unisex vibes. Oh, this is very pretty. Very, very pretty. And this is purple, my favorite color, and gray. Then we have Ronin. And this is Lavender, Ocean Breezes, Vanilla Bean, and Red Apple. And this one is also part of the Floral collection. The first thing that hits my nose is the Red Apple. It's juicy. It's fresh. Like you just cut open an apple. Then you get that aquatic note from the Ocean Breezes. It's very like crisp ocean air. And then you get that calm, relaxing note of the lavender. And I feel like the vanilla bean is just adding a little bit of sweetness, creaminess. This smells really good. Now, I love lavender blends, but I feel like this lavender blend I would melt in the daytime. This would be kind of like something to just kind of brighten up your morning when you wake up. Instead of you having like a citrusy blend that you put on. This blend here would be more of a morning, like, you know, just kind of like get your day started type blend. It's like you wake up and you go, I'm ready to start the day type of thing. If that makes sense. This is beautiful. And that's blue and purple. Like, I would want this one in a shower gel. Like, this would be great. Like, you know, you use this in the shower. You come out feeling like, okay, I can tackle on my day. Then the last half band bag is Thanos. And we are all familiar with Thanos from Avengers. And this is Midnight Lavender and Whipped Cream. And also this is from the Floral category as well. This is very creamy. And you get that midnight lavender. This smells so good. I might have to melt some of this tonight. Wow. The lavender is a herbal lavender. It's not a sweet lavender. This is beautiful. Now this one to me is a nighttime blend. 1 second, guys. Sorry about that, guys. That was the neighbor knocking on the door. He needed my husband for something. So this one is very creamy, herbal lavender. I like this one a lot. This one is a perfect nighttime blend. Like I said, I usually melt these lavender blends at night to help my daughter fall asleep, because during the day she's very active and very all over the place. She's 8 years old, so she's very, very active. She runs around and all of that. So these lavender blends really help her to go to sleep. You know, like to the last minute, she's like, I want to do this. I want to, and it's like, no, it's time to relax, wind down. And as soon as I put these lavender blends on, I can see the difference in her. Like, she starts to get calm. She starts yawning, you know, and I'm like, are you sleeping? And she's like, no, I'm not. And I'm like, sure. And before you know it, she's knocked out. So these type of blends are perfect. And this one is a pretty yellow colored wax with a blue wax. And then this one that we have is a full bam bag. And this one is Rosemary's Baby. And I already have this in my collections. But I just wanted to pick up some more because the scent is so good. I needed more. So this one is Bedtime Bath, Rosemary, Fresh Mint, and Herbal Lavender. And this one falls under the floral category as well. Oh, you get that fresh mint. The rosemary. I get the herbal lavender. And that bedtime bath in the background. This is a beautiful, relaxing nighttime blend. It's a purple wax, and then this side is black. It's so fresh from that mint. And it's not like peppermint. It's like fresh mint, like the mint leaves. Like, it just gives off that freshness. This is so good. Oh, wow. I'm so glad to have more of this. And just for comparison, you guys, I just want to show you. Let me see, because some of my BAMs have more than the others in it. But, so this is a full BAM, and this is a half BAM. So you're getting quite a bit in the half BAM, in my opinion. So I feel like they're worth it. And we'll always, you know, get some when she offers them. And then the last thing that I got here is Spock, which I already have. I think I have it in clamshells. And this one is lavender, vanilla bean, marshmallow. Can you see a theme here? Like, I went with a lot of lavender blends just to have to melt stuff at night. Like, there are times when I not only melt lavender in my daughter's room, but I will melt throughout the whole house just to kind of, you know, when it's been one of those long days where it's like you had a rough day at work and like you need a break and you're just like, you know, you got a headache or what have you. I put on the lavender throughout the house just to kind of give us a more calm atmosphere. 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. I thought my husband was coming back in. So that is why I got this one as well, because I was like, oh, another lavender blend. So, but like I said, I do have this in, I believe I have it in a clamshell. Ooh, ho, ho. So this smells like a sweet lavender. You get that creaminess from the marshmallow and the vanilla bean. This one is another delicious blend. It's so good. Oh, wow. And I didn't mention, but this one is also in the floral category. So you have a light blue chunk here. And then you have a very rich, deep blue. So, ooh, so I don't know. I'm torn down as to what I want to melt tonight. But one of these is getting melted because they just smell so good. So, I think the citrus and floral is one of my favorite categories from Super Tarts. So, I would say citrus and floral I would go with as like my top choices, and then the earthy and like masculine blends would be my second choices, and then the what is it, the fruity and berry would be my third, and then the coffee would be my fourth. I believe I've had, I think I might have had blends in my collection from all of the scent categories. I think maybe that'll be a video that I do where I go through my whole collection of Super Tarts. We will see. That is an undertaking. You know, I work full time and I have an 8-year-old. I'm a wife, you know, so those things sometimes get a little bit busy, but that might be something that I may plan to do in the future. So we will see. Like I said, I do have a lot of wax. I do plan on doing like the wax collection videos. Hold on, guys. Sorry about that, guys. So, yeah, so that is something that, like I said, doing a collection video of all my Super Tarts stuff that I have in stock, or in stock, like in one hand, or in my collection, is something that I will think about doing in a future video. So, I kind of know where all of my Super Tarts wax is stored. I do have some stuff that's stored elsewhere, so it wouldn't be an issue to just kind of get all those things, pull them out, and just go over everything that I have. So we'll see. I'll think about that, mull it over, and, you know, I'll keep you guys posted. So thank you so much if you made it to the end. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification so that you are notified when I upload my next video. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.